So I wasn't going to talk about this situation, mostly because I was a little bit worried about the aftermath of me telling this story. But the more I thought about it, I started this journey in this vlog. I told people that I was going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, I hope I make people laugh with some of my videos. I hope that my advice can help people along the way, but I also hope that my stories resonate with other people so that they know that they're not alone. So I am going to share my situation, which happened a few weeks ago. I went on a first date with somebody. Something was off on that date. There were a few good things as well, but his behavior, in small little moments, there was something off, and my gut was telling me that. So when it came to the point where he asked for a second date, I knew that I shouldn't go on that second date, but I second guessed myself. I thought, you know what? Maybe you're not giving men real chances. Maybe you're cutting things off too soon. Maybe you're overanalyzing things. Maybe he's just confident and not aggressive. And so I ended up giving him a second opportunity. And when we went out, we were out midday and we were in public. So just a couple minutes into being with him, my gut was telling me that something wasn't right. His behavior, his attitude, the way he was speaking to me wasn't normal. So I knew that I was never going to see him again. But I thought to myself, you know what? This is good that I saw him for the second time. Now I'm sure I can move on without any doubts. So shortly after, it turned into a pretty scary situation where he not only got verbally abusive, but he got physically abusive. And we're out in public, midday. I have dealt with verbal abuse in my life. I've been called things, I have been yelled at, I have heard some pretty awful things, and I can handle that. I would like to think I'm a pretty tough woman when it comes to that sort of thing. But when it comes to being physically overpowered and being a 5'2" woman, and being out with someone who's 6'2", 6'3", and can physically do anything they want to you based on strength, that is a bit scary. And as soon as it started to happen, I got my backup, of course, and my instinct is to fight back. My aggression was actually doing the exact opposite and was making him a million times more angry. So this was the first time in my life where I swallowed my pride and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna do what I'm told for the next couple minutes to get the hell out of this situation. So I take off and he gets into his car and I'm bolting down the street hoping that he's not gonna follow me home or get out and physically try to do something to me. And at this point, my hands are literally shaking. And I call my friend and I said, look, don't ask me any questions, just stay with me on the phone. I'm heading home. I'll tell you the whole story then, I just need you here. She said, yeah, no problem. So I get home, I'm totally spooked. I close all my windows, my shades, I lock the door, and I'm just hoping that he's not gonna come back to my house. And I know men have been through some pretty scary things in the dating world. I know that there are horrible women out there that can do some pretty awful things. But sometimes it sucks being a woman. You know, sometimes the fact that we even have to worry about these things, we can't give a man our address, we're worried, you know, we have to meet somewhere in public just in case. It sucks to have to think about that. So what I want to ask from the guys is that please be empathetic with these situations. If a woman seems to have her walls up a little higher than normal, if a woman doesn't trust you 100% from the very start, if a woman is not comfortable giving you her address for the first date, be understanding, because that is probably coming from a place of experience. She's probably gone through some sort of situation that has made her feel that way today. When you gain her trust, when you treat her properly and make her believe that you are a gentleman and that you're there for the right reasons, her walls will eventually come down. So don't be frustrated if a woman takes a little bit longer, because there's history there. And not all men understand that sometimes being a woman in this dating world can suck. And for the women, what I took away from this was always listen to your gut. Because the next day I kicked myself. I said, you knew that there was something off. You second guessed yourself. You thought, oh, well, maybe it's this. Maybe it's just confidence. Maybe he's just a quirky personality. Maybe you're analyzing it too much. No, my gut was telling me something was wrong. Get out of that situation. If on a date you ever feel uncomfortable, you have every right to get up and walk out that door. If you want to send a family member or a friend a picture of your date and his name so they know who you're going out with that night, that's a very good idea. If you want to wait until the third date to tell him where you live, that is totally up to you. There are no rules in dating. It is what makes you feel comfortable. You know, it's tough because we live in this day and age where everyone knows too much about everyone. People can search your name, they can find out where you live, they can creep your Instagram, look you up on Facebook, see a million pictures of you. But when it comes to dating, we still need to know when to take precautions. You have every right to be happy, to be respected, and to be loved. And if the person that you're on a date with does not make you feel that way, then leave. And most importantly, follow your instincts because they will always have your back.